Do you remember when you learned that your father murdered Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yes. It was about 10, I saw it on TV, and that's how I found out, so, yeah.
So you suddenly see your father?
Yeah, it's a big picture that popped up, and I was just shocked at that point.
50% of the kids in juvenile detention have a parent incarcerated. And we're really trying to slow this down.
As a retired federal prison warden, Percy Pitzer has spent most of his life around prisoners. Now he wants to help their children.
It's a lot of pressure on a kid when a parent is incarcerated.
His foundation helps the children of inmates get a college degree. One scholarship recipient is the son of the man who murdered notorious serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer while in prison.
Do you remember the first time that you heard the name Jeffrey Dahmer?
Heard it a lot growing up. That's all I heard. When I was young, I didn't know what it meant, obviously, but, you know, that name, you know, it's been around me for my whole life, so.
Chris Scarver, a senior at Bethany Lutheran College, has lived with the secret his whole life, but is finally ready to talk about it. He was born just after his father, also named Christopher Scarver, committed a murder that would land him in jail with Dahmer. It was a cold-blooded killing of a job trainer in Milwaukee.
For a long time, I believed he was going to come home, man. You know, I always kept that hope. And then, you know, after a while, you know, I just said, you know, I don't know, it just hit me that maybe it won't happen, you know, and I got mad, and that turned into anger.
And then his father committed another crime that ensured he would never be coming home. He bludgeoned Jeffrey Dahmer and another inmate to death in the prison gym.
Do you ever think about because you know, there's still a question as to whether guards may have set up your father because he should not have been left alone with the other two men in prison?
You know, I think about that all the time, you know, and it makes me wonder if he even did it.
Chris understands, however, his father pleaded no contest to the murders and is now serving 3 life terms in Colorado. But Chris said he also knows something else. His father saved his life from becoming one of those statistics.
But I was actually starting to go down the wrong road, and I started to, well, that's why I wrote him. You know, I didn't know what to do. I needed some guidance, and I just told him everything that I was going through and how I felt about me and his relationship, all those built up years, all that pain that I had. I finally just let it go and just, you know, talk to him.
And his father wrote right back with advice. Tough times don't last. Tough people do. And you are the toughest kid I know. Chris so credits his father with putting him back on the right road, he keeps a prison photo of his dad on his dorm room door.
I hit the door like this just to say, okay, this is what you're doing this for.